Today's video is about troubleshooting. Specifically, heat is my problem at the moment. Summer is here in Australia. We've started having some 30-degree days, which I think is about 90 degrees for you Americans. And I've started noticing a couple of plants with some, I think that was tip burn, not quite sure. One here and on the lettuce here. The plants themselves aren't wilting, so I'm not sure if it's a watering problem or a nutrient problem, or if it's not really a big problem at all, but it's just something I need to keep an eye on. The root systems are looking healthy, but they are a bit dry. When I first set this wall up at the old place, it only got about 3 or 4 hours of full sun in the late afternoon. But here, this is getting sun all afternoon, like probably 6 or 7 hours of full sun at the moment. And like I said, with it getting hotter, I think the pots are just drying out quicker, and I'm not keeping enough water in the bottom of the pots where the drain is for the roots. When I moved here with the added sun exposure, I did up the frequency on the pump timer to, instead of turning on for 1 minute every hour during daylight hours, in the afternoon it turns on every half an hour. But the problem I'm running into that now is that I have 32 timers set up on the schedule for the smart plug that turns the pump on, but that's the maximum number of timers I can have. So the way I see it, I have basically 5 options. One is to replace the smart plug with something else, not TP-Link, that will allow me to have the pump on for more cycles each day. Option 2 is to have the pump cycle for longer each time it comes on, 2, 3, or maybe even 5 minutes. Those will probably be the first 2 options I try. The other is to move the entire wall to that fence wall that only gets sun in the morning. The last option, which is also something I'll be looking at eventually, is to add shade. Definitely for the reservoir to try and keep the water temperatures down. At the moment it just sits in full sun during the day. But then also I could add shade on the lattice somewhere. Maybe 3D print some little clip-on arms that come out that will hold a small roll of shade cloth across the top. But for right now, I'm going to up the pump cycle as much as I can and turn it on for a little bit longer, maybe the 2-minute cycles each time, and then see how we go. Tomorrow's going to be 30 and the day after 35. So if things start wilting, I'll take further steps.